It's not a lie. Oh, we don't take an image of your finger. It's a mathematical calculation off your finger. I mean, doesn't that insult your intelligence? It's like when we confronted John Hurt about 6 years ago about the cameras going up. The Department of Transportation here in Texas head spokesman, in an video interview we've aired here, I said, you know, this is for law enforcement. It's being used for traffic now, but it's going to be used for law enforcement. He said, Mr. Jones, no, it's not. We don't do that. And I said, you are the sister agency to the DPS, the state police. You don't do law enforcement. You're infrastructure. But I go, they will use it for that. And he goes, you ought to be a lawyer. He started laughing like, well, I got one that can see. You know, like out of They Live. I got one, you know, they talk their wristwatches. I got one that can see. You know, it was, hell, you know you want to join us, Alex. Everybody needs a little. You know, I mean, if you haven't seen They Live, you won't get it. And, Mike just yelled from the control room. I said, so you're putting up hundreds? He goes, oh, no, thousands of cameras. We ought to air all those old shows, man. They're all on old 3/4-inch tape they use down here. I've got a garage just full of those old shows. And, stuff 8, 9 years ago, it's all come true. So I just hope you'll take us serious here on the show. But I got a bunch of emails after I posted this article a few days ago. I wrote a little article about SeaWorld and the biometric hand scanners and what it meant. And today we posted the little 8-minute video clip on the web that you just saw. So you can feel free to tell your friends about it. If they missed the show, then you'll see it on the website, Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com. This is from a technology site, finger scans for passes. And it's a glowing review of how wonderful Walt Disney World is doing this. Finger scans, just the mere mention of it suggests something out of Star Trek movie. But finger scans at Walt Disney World are not evil. Oh, in fact, they are a necessity if you purchase certain Walt Disney World admission media. It says, hopefully this will take some of the fear of the unknown out of doing a finger scan for your park admission. And it goes into how it keeps you safe and how it's wonderful and how it's good. Problem is, the feds say they're going to make us all do this to buy and sell. Even if you pay cash, you got to do it. And then that gets rid of your privacy. It does so many things. If you're not a good globalist, you'll go and try to scan, and it won't work. And the police will be summoned. And, another one of those crazy terrorists just got drug away. I mean, and it's not just that they could abuse it. They're saying they're going to abuse it. I read the federal documents back in 97 when I went down to the DPS where they had the thumb scanners in to get you in the database so all these grocery stores and people can interface into it. And I went into there and I confronted them and said, all this is going to happen. Many of you have seen that famous footage. It's just incredible. Just amazing. And the federal documents say it's for control. Say they're going to control your life. So it's really scary, my friends. And you're saying, well, I'll still pay my lawn guy and I'll still pay my neighbor in cash and the new strips in the money will make it to where if the money gets transferred to anybody where it wasn't part of a scanned transaction, the money will become worthless. That's what the biometrics, the RFID tracker chips that are in the new money. There's 3 chips in it. This is admitted. Just type RFID in euros and new dollar. And then, BBC, AP, oh, it's so wonderful, will pop up. And so the history of that cash is tracked. And so if you pay somebody with cash, when they implement this, the infrastructure is already there, then the money will become worthless. Also, if you don't keep your money in a bank for a year, it will become worthless. I mean, this is so diabolical. I got a bunch of other news here. Other parks make you wear an RFID bracelet to get into them, tracker chip bracelet. Wired news. Popular Science a few months ago said that they're going to deploy hundreds of blimps, 30 times the size of the Goodyear blimp. Well, this new one by DARPA These are going to be tethered over your cities, and they have ground-penetrating radar. Even gets into it here. It's kind of an inside joke, though, because in the internal documents that have been public for a while, because, again, the globalists all communicate with each other. Corporations do. They have press releases to each other. They have meetings. It's all in the industry stuff, all online, all public. But it's flexible radar antenna, all this other stuff. And when you read that, you don't know that's ground penetrating. Looks right through your walls. It says, Anaheim, California, conspiracy freaks, hold on to your tin hats. See, we're freaks because we're concerned about this. DARPA, the Pentagon's far-out research arm, may have publicly abandoned its creepiest programs like total information awareness. That's not true. It's been radically expanded. They just changed the name. But the agency has shown at its DARPA Tech conference still has a project to make you run full speed into your bunker. Mighty ISIS. And ISIS is the all-seeing eye. That's the female side of Horus, the all-seeing eye. Total Information Awareness Network symbol was the all-seeing eye. They just named the new planet they found, after the goddess. It's what the globalists are obsessed with. It's occult stuff. Mighty ISIS, DARPA wants to start planning for a blimp 3 times the size of Goodyear that would keep watch over an entire city. Hovering at 70,000 feet above the ground, ISIS airship for integrated sensor and structure would use a giant flexible radar antenna to give, in words of DARPA program manager Larry Corey, a dynamic, detailed, real-time picture of all movement on or above, friendly, neutral, or enemy. We will apply this technology to track people emerging from buildings of interest and follow them as they move to new locations, says DARPA's Paul Benda. Imagine its impact it will have if IRIS tracks the movement of individuals for months. Hidden webs of connections between people and facilities will be revealed. And they're going to... There's already some of these blimps going around, but they're smaller, the size of the Goodyear. And they're tethered, or they're out, scooting around. That's been going on for years. They got drones. They got FBI and 85 Cessnas, with scanners. Federalized police departments with their helicopters doing it. But this